I swear, every circumstance possible, Oppo finds a way to make a beautiful, amazing, perfect device. And if they would only be international, and when I say international, I mean United States, this would be such a fun phone to have. And honestly, would probably go off in the United States. So currently, Oppo is only selling in China and European countries. I keep saying that they want international, and that is technically correct, but incorrect. They are not international. They are in strict European countries / in China. So they're like a small niched area rather than international, which would be they're shipping to Canada, United States, Mexico, United Kingdom, and everywhere pretty much, right? So they're still very niched, and again, the reason why is because of price. It's going to cost a lot of money for them to ship internationally and get this phone, out there on a grand scheme. But I hope they one day do, because they make absolutely amazing products. So here's their flippable cell phone they have, right? And you can see the outside display a lot bigger than the Galaxy Z Flip 4, which of course is what Samsung went ahead and improved the Galaxy Z Flip 3 to 4, was the outside display got bigger. Well, Oppo took that and moved it up a notch and made a huge outside display. Then Motorola, of course, is making their phone with a full outside panel being a display. And then obviously there was now rumors of the Z Flip 5 having a huge outside display panel too. But to be honest, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, cameras on the Oppo phones are absolutely amazing. You got obviously the flashy, you got this, and then of course the outside display, which I talked about in the previous video. The reason why outside display is so important, especially on flippable and foldable phones, and it's becoming more prevalent as the time goes on, is that there's a part of owning a flippable, foldable phone, a small part, where you just don't want to open up the phone. And I know it's weird to say that, but you gotta keep in mind the inside display is very, very weak. It's not as, tough as Gorilla Glass Victus as it would be on the outside of the phone. So there's situations where maybe you're out and about doing something, you don't want to open up the phone. Or you just want to take it out of your pocket, check a notification real fast, and move on with your life, right? Now, with Motorola's case, and what we're going to probably see moving forward for a lot of flippable cell phones, is that they're now trying to make it so that the outside screen is pretty much as usable as the inside screen. With CoverOS, we were able to really do a lot when it came to the outside display, but now they're getting to a point in this market where we're going to see it so that you can use this outside display as an actual cell phone without even having to open up the cell phone. So you can text message, do all that kind of stuff. Kind of what we see on the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Find N2, right? But for flippable phones too. And again, like I said, I know it's still going to be a smaller display, but with Motorola's case, the whole entire outside panel is a display. So that, if you think about it realistically speaking, it's pretty much the equivalent of an old iPhone display, like the size-wise. Not completely, it's a little bit shorter, but it's very similar to what an old iPhone would be, like an iPhone 5, when it comes to actual display usability. So, let's talk about the hinge, though, because the hinge is what I actually am interested in this video. Is we talked about it to death when it came to the actual outside display, but the hinge is what's actually amazing. So, right here we have the hinge of the the Oppo foldable, flippable phone, and this is actually what's so revolutionary. When Samsung came out with the Z Fold series, they came out with a hinge that blew us all away, let's be honest. Microsoft did with the Surface Duo 1 and 2, also, with their 360-degree hinge. But the idea with the hinge for the Galaxy Z Fold series was so revolutionary because it worked so perfect and unified with the actual device that it was just like, this is magical. This is a magical type, feature, or a revolutionary feature for this device. Well, Oppo took that and they said, we're going to raise it up a notch, and they created a hinge that makes it so the inside display is not creased. And that was a huge problem with the Galaxy Z Fold series, and Oppo figured out a way to fix this. Now, of course, with the Z Fold series, Samsung still has not figured this out. They made the hinge a lot smaller on the Z Fold 4, but they still have a crease when you open up the inside display, while Oppo does not. Oppo, when you open up the inside display, you're seeing right here, you're not having any crease at all. And it's so freaking crazy to say this because it's something that Samsung has tried to master for 4 generations of cell phones and still have not figured this out. So right here it says Flexion hinge design and features. The Flexion hinge has not only made the crease nearly invisible, it also made it possible to pack a larger cover display, a bigger battery with a fine end to flip. The smartphone maker has said that the hinge used by the company has a larger bending radius, resulting in little crease and reduced screen deformation compared to a U-shaped hinge. And not only that, if you go back and you remember with the Z Flip series, before the Z Flip 4, everyone's phone was breaking at that crease. There were so many displays that were actually cracking and breaking at that crease because of the U-shaped hinge. Obviously, Oppo took that and they ran with it and fixed it a lot. Oppo has claimed that it has used fewer parts to create the hinge, which has helped offer a cleaner and more stable design. The hinge uses 1/4 spindle assembly, allowing it to hold firm between 45 to 110 degrees when folded. The Flexion hinge is equipped with a stainless steel element injected with a soft and pliable material. The company claims that this ensures that the hinge delivers a 15% higher tension and a 25% higher yield strength compared to traditional hinge designs. It's amazing. And when you think about the fact of how long Oppo, first off, Oppo's been around for a while, but in the foldable, flippable phone market, how long they've been around, to be this successful, figure this stuff out this quickly, and get this stuff done as well as they have, is absolutely amazing. And this is why I said many times, I know they are technically international, but what I'm saying is, because they also do, I think they do also ship in India, which is another European country. Again, like I said, it's a very niche area. I would love to see them ship to the United States. I know it's going to be a huge endeavor, and honestly, it's going to be like a, 1 in a billion shot to actually start moving to the United States and trying to get, shipments in the United States. But I think, personally speaking, I feel like it would be very successful for them if they do end up going to, or finding a way to get into the United States. I think that would be a really, really good invention for them. It's going to cost a lot because of taxes. It's going to cost a lot because of shipping. It's going to cost a lot because obviously you have to get the inventory to be able to do it. But US and Canada is such a big market that this might be a leap of faith. But I think they can actually get this worked out and figured out. Especially if Microsoft... I literally beat the dead horse to death at this point when it came to this idea / mindset / concept, but I would still love it if Microsoft would team up and pair up with Oppo, drop the Surface Duo 3 with this stupid one screen design. I don't care about it. Team up with Oppo, honestly, they could even partner up and make the Oppo Find N2 a part of Microsoft, and then they could sell on their website, and they could also sell it on Oppo's website, and you could have Microsoft be the distributor across all United States, right? And have them help kind of shaft the fees because they're already a United States-based company, right? So they can do stuff like that. They can avoid a little bit of the international fees because they're already United States-based. They have warehouses, they have, areas to create, have shipments available and have, stock available. They have the manpower to manufacture these devices. Like, there's so many different things they could do, and they could literally take over Samsung. I'm telling you right now, if Microsoft bought out Oppo, or even partnered with Oppo, not even bought out, just partnered, they could 1000% beat Samsung. Oppo has an amazing direction they're going. They just need a little bit of help. So again, I know I say this a million times. I probably say it 1,000 times a month. Oppo. I know, and I'm sure. Trust me. Is what's funny is if you brought this up in a board meeting and Oppo, I guarantee you every single person will be like, "Yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll definitely split all revenue with Microsoft because they go from making what maybe 10 million, 20 million a year." To now, if they get Microsoft, they might have split the revenue 50-50. And even then, they probably still keep all their money in Europe and those countries. And Microsoft takes take 50-50 for United States and Canada. I mean, they're probably 6-7 times in their budget / margins. It is what it is, man. Comment down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.